Hello and welcome back to another weekend review on the Football Zone, reviewing a crazy weekend of Premier League and Championship action, starting off on Saturday lunchtime in the Premier League with Leicester 3, Liverpool 1. Mo Salah gave Liverpool a lead in the 67th minute, and I would say that's probably deserved, despite Leicester probably having better chances, before a crazy 7 minutes, goals from Maddison, Vardy, Barnes as Liverpool imploded to give Leicester a win. And yeah, it's really not clicking for Liverpool at the moment. They just look so awful all over the pitch, desperately need sorting out, and I do worry for them. They do need to pick up form, otherwise top four is at risk. As for Leicester, really great victory. Palace 0, Burnley 3 at Selhurst Park. Gudmundsson, Rodriguez and Luton with the goals for Burnley. Really solid victory, and that just eases some of the fear of them kind of slipping into a relegation battle. 7 points clear now, 8 points clear now, that should be fine. As for Palace, yeah, this was a really poor display. They look awful, and to be honest, I think they're already preparing for life under Roy Hodgson. The end of after the end of this season, they don't have much to play for. Man City 3, Tottenham 0 was the score at the Etihad. Rodri from the spot gave City the lead before Gundogan again, incredible pass from Edison, gave City the win, and they just look so good at the moment. Dead certs for the title. As for Spurs, awful display once again. What's happened to them recently, God knows, but yeah, they need to sort it out because it's getting really, really bad at the moment. And is Jose Mourinho possibly even under pressure? You'd probably have to say so at the moment. Brighton 0, Aston Villa 0 was the score at the Amex. Brighton, they probably had the better of the play. Emi Martinez once again producing another fantastic display. We've kind of come used to that this season. Yeah, but this was a really not a great game, to be honest. I think both sides will probably be unhappy with the point. I think they both probably would have seen this as a winnable game. But yeah, to be honest, there's just not really a lot to say about this game because there wasn't a lot in it. Southampton 1, Wolves 2 was the score in the early Premier League game on Sunday. Danny Ings gave Southampton a goal with a great volley in the 25th minute before Neves from the spot and Pedro Neto gave Wolves the win. Great goal by Neto, by the way. And this is a big win for Wolves, just kind of get some of their momentum back because they won on a tough run recently and takes them up to 12th. Southampton in 13th. This was poor. I think they should have really won this game. Moving on now, West Brom 1, Manchester United 1 was the score. Dione gave West Brom a surprise lead in the second minute. Fernandes, a great goal in the 44th minute to draw United level, but they couldn't find a breakthrough and get the winner. That's really poor by them. This is the sort of game they have to be winning. And they're now 7 points behind Man City. It's kind of a title over. As for West Brom, really solid point for them, but they're 12 points from safety, and I don't think it's going to change much. They'll be playing Championship football next season. Arsenal 4, Leeds 2 as a score at the Emirates. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with a brace in the first half. Hector Bellerin also with one. Aubameyang in the 47th minute. Leeds did get 2 back by Structurek and Costa, but they never really looked like mounting a comeback. In the end, it was a really comfortable win for Arsenal. Leeds struggled against the Big Six for some reason. But anyway, Arsenal go back above Leeds now. So they'll be pleased about that, I suppose. But yeah, Leeds were poor here. Finally, on Sunday, Fulham 2, Everton 0 was the score at Goodison Park. Josh Maja with both goals. Yeah, but this was a really surprising result, and it's typical Everton, really. Go and get an incredible result in the Cup and then get knocked out. Just lose to Fulham in the league. Fulham still 7 points from safety, so I don't think they will stay up. But yeah, they were brilliant here. Everton really poor, really, really poor, and yeah, kind of puts a real blow to their top 4 hopes.
West Ham 3, Sheffield United 0 at London Stadium on Monday. A really comfortable win for West Ham. Declan Rice gave West Ham lead from the spot after they had a penalty overturned earlier. But this one was given. Issa Diop and Ryan Fredericks with the other goals, and West Ham are brilliant here. They just look so good at the moment. As for Sheffield United, I think there was that glimmer of hope where you thought maybe there could possibly be a chance of staying up, but I think this performance has shown there isn't any, really. Chelsea 2, Newcastle 0 was the score at Stamford Bridge. Olivier Giroud and Timo Werner with goals towards the end of the first half, and Chelsea were really solid here. Really, really good win. They look really good at the moment. So yeah, confidence really is breeding. As for Newcastle, they weren't great, but I suppose they would have seen this match as a free hit anyway, with the form Chelsea have been in under Thomas Tuchel and their own form, so I don't think I'll be too disappointed.
To the Championship now, and it finished Blackburn 1, Preston 2 on Friday in the Lancashire derby. Cunningham and Lindsay gave Preston a 2-0 lead before Adam Armstrong converted from the spot, a foul which was never a penalty, basically. But anyway, that result leaves Preston in 11th and Blackburn in 9th, both level on points. And once again, it's just the inconsistency of these sides which will mean they won't make the playoffs this year for me. But a really, really good win for Preston. It finished Nottingham Forest 0, Bournemouth 0 on Saturday at the City Ground. Neither side really had too many chances. Forest, I would say, probably had slightly better of the play, but one thing that did confuse me was Chris Hughton not making any substitutions, because for me the game was there to be won. But anyway, I think Forest will probably be the more happier of the two sides. In 16th, definitely pulling away from the relegation zone. Bournemouth, a solid point, I think I'd say. Still got a 6-point cushion in the playoffs, which does seem to be probably more than enough. It finished Birmingham 0, Luton 1 at St Andrews. Dan Potts with the goal in the 31st minute, and it was just really shambolic defending from Birmingham, and they were really, really poor. I don't usually use XG, but I think they had an XG of 0.18, which really just summed up their performance here, and something really needs to change if they want to have a chance of staying up. I really rate Aitor Karanka as a manager, but it's just not working there, so I wonder if they're going to make a change soon. It finished Cardiff 3, Coventry 1 at City Ground. Kiefer Moore, first half break, put Cardiff in control before Murphy gave them the third. In Dom Heim pulled one back for Coventry in the 81st minute, but another really solid win for Cardiff, and they're up to 7th now. I didn't realise they could go that high, and they're looking so good under Big Mick. Could you write them off the playoffs? Don't think you probably could. It finished Derby 2, Middlesbrough 1 at Pride Park. Lee Gregory and Colin Kazim-Richards with the goals for Derby to give them a 2-0 lead. Cabango, who seems to have made a real impact since signing for Borough, pulled one back, but in the end they just couldn't do anything about Derby's first half performance, and gave them a win, a crucial win for Derby. Just gives them that extra bit of breathing space and proves they can win without Christian Bielik. Middlesbrough in 8th, they'll be really disappointed. They'd have seen this as a winnable game. It finished Huddersfield 2, Wycombe 3 at John Smith Stadium. Bakuna and Benza gave Huddersfield a seemingly comfortable lead before Mehmeti, Jacobson and Knight gave Wycombe an incredible comeback. And who saw this coming? Huddersfield, though, they're in absolute freefall at the moment, and they seem to be doing a hole from last season, which they desperately need to avoid. As for Wycombe, an incredible win, but unlikely to make a difference for their survival hopes. Norwich 4, Stoke 1 was the score at Carrow Road. Cantwell and Pookie with the goals in the first half before Powell pulled one back, but then Buendia and Pookie once again gave Norwich an ultimately comfortable victory here. And Buendia back made such a difference, and they're comfortably top. As for Stoke, not great, and they need a win soon. Reading 1, Millwall 2 was the score at the Medeski Stadium. Alpha Semedo with one of the weirdest goals you've seen in a long time. Before Millwall, Matt Smith and Bennett pulled it back, and I don't think they deserve this. Reading seemed in control, but it just showed what can happen, really. As for Reading, still with a comfortable gap in the pads, about 2 wins on the trot, but they do need a win soon. Millwall, they're on a good run of form. Could they be getting to the playoffs? Probably not. 6, Bristol 0 was the score at Vicarage Road. Yes, you heard that right. Ken Seamer, Ismail Assar, Will Hughes, Seamer, Sarr, and I'm not even going to pronounce the last goal scorer's name, with the goals for Watford, and that was a really, really comfortable win for them. They were outstanding, excellent going forward. They just look so much better than they have done recently. But Bristol, with all their injuries, they just did nothing, and I really do worry for them because they need to get some players back and soon. Brentford 0, Barnsley 2 was the score on Sunday, and who saw this coming? I think maybe just a bit of tiredness and an off day creeping in for Brentford, but Barnsley take nothing away from them. They were outstanding and controlled the games. Chaplin and Morris with the goals. And yeah, Brentford, they need to be careful here, just not to bottle it again, really, like they did last year. But as for Barnsley, they were absolutely outstanding here. Playoff push, could it be happening? But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Or to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily football news. And subscribe to my other channels on the screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.